In Star Wars, Episode 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi waves his hand and tells the stormtroopers, "These aren't the droids you're looking for." And just like that they let him pass. No questions, no fight. That wasn't magic. That was psychology. The Jedi mastered the art of planting certainty into weak minds. They spoke with authority, paused with power, and used their opponent's need for clarity against them. This book shows you how to do the same in real life. Forget morals, forget playing fair. This is about winning. Influence is a weapon, and if you use it right, they'll think it was their idea all along.
Chapter 1, The Invisible Force. Why influence beats logic every time. You've been lied to. They told you people are rational. That if you present the facts, make your case, and stay calm, they'll listen. They won't. Humans don't operate on logic. They run on fear, bias, urgency, and ego. And the person who understands that controls the game. In Star Wars, Jedi don't scream or argue. They don't dump data or debate. They suggest, they frame reality, and people follow, because influence is felt, not understood. When Obi-Wan said, "These aren't the droids you're looking for," he didn't argue, he spoke slowly, calmly, with certainty, and that certainty became reality, for the people listening. This isn't fiction, it's pattern recognition, backed by neuroscience. Jedi mind tricks are just psychological switches. Authority triggers obedience, certainty triggers trust, familiarity triggers comfort, scarcity triggers action, status triggers admiration. When you understand the switches, you don't convince people, you control their context, and when you control context, you own the outcome. Forget the data. Forget being right, start being irresistible, because in the real world, the best argument doesn't win, the best frame does. And the one who frames first, wins fast. Brain Chapter 2, This isn't manipulation, it's control. Let's get one thing straight, you're not here to play fair, you're here to win. If you're still worried about whether persuasion is manipulative, close this book, go back to losing deals, missing raises, and getting ghosted, because out here, it's not about being nice, it's about being effective. Every top performer, negotiator, and closer in the world manipulates. They just call it leadership, influence, or strategy, what you call. It doesn't matter. What matters is, does it work? You want to control the room? Start by accepting this truth. People want to be led, they want certainty, they want you to tell them what to do, as long as it feels like their choice. That's not manipulation, that's design, that's control, and the key to control isn't dominance, it's stealth. Here's the formula. Step 1, lower their defenses. Mirror, label, disarm. Step 2, insert your frame, certainty, calm, outcome seeding. Step 3, let them arrive at it themselves. False choices, ownership language. They'll walk away thinking they chose it. They'll defend it to others. They'll sell it harder than you ever could. That's the game, and if you play it right, you don't just win, you disappear from the scene like a Jedi ghost, while they celebrate the victory you gave them. Chapter 3, Frame first, win fast, before a single word is spoken. The battle is half over. Why? Because the first person to set the frame controls the outcome. In negotiation, sales, or conversation, whoever defines the context wins. That's what framing is, the lens through which people interpret everything that follows. If you walk into a room saying let's talk about price, you just put a dollar sign at the center. If you walk in saying let's find the right partnership fit, you shifted the focus to alignment. Same conversation, different world. Jedi don't just walk into negotiations, they walk in with a frame already loaded. They're not reacting to your reality, they're replacing it. Framing works because people are lazy thinkers. They don't challenge the first narrative they're given, they anchor to it. Here's how to dominate the frame. Name the game. Are you solving a problem? Collaborating? Offering insight? Define it, set the stakes. Tell them why this matters. Big picture, emotionally, limit the alternatives. There are only two types of people who see this offer. Control the time. Urgency equals focus. Take away forever, and they focus on now. The average person shows up to negotiate terms, the Jedi shows up to design the mental battlefield. Don't just speak, set the stage. Choose the lighting, write the first line, and they'll follow your script like it's gospel. Brain Chapter 4, The Jedi Voice. tonality, pauses, and vocal hypnosis. Words are just 7% of the message, the rest. It's how you say it. Jedi speak slowly, they pause before impact, they project calm, certainty, and control, and guess what? That tone triggers a subconscious reflex in others. This person knows what they're doing. I should follow. This isn't opinion, it's neuroscience. The brain associates certainty in voice with authority, and the person who speaks with controlled confidence becomes the leader, instantly. Think about Obi-Wan's classic line, "These aren't the droids you're looking for." He doesn't plead, he doesn't rush, he drops the line with full-body certainty, like reality is catching up to his voice. Master these Jedi vocal tools, drop your pitch at the end of statements. Signals finality and power, slow down during key lines. Speed equals anxiety. Slow equals authority, use tactical pauses. Silence is a weapon. Let it stretch, speak from the diaphragm, not the throat. That's where your command tone lives, and most importantly, never explain too much. Jedi speak with minimal words, maximum weight, they let the silence work, they trust their presence, and by doing less, they achieve more. Stop talking. Chapter 5, Confusion equals control. Confusion is power. If you know what to do with it, most people try to be understood. The Jedi. They aim to overwhelm, then rescue. When you confuse someone, just a little, you create mental tension. The brain hates that, it craves resolution, clarity, an anchor, and the first person to offer that clarity becomes the leader. This is how elite influencers operate. 1. Drop a complex truth. Something like, most people focus on price, but price is only 11% of long-term outcome quality. The real costs come from misalignment. 2. Watch the micro-freeze, their brain stutters. That's your window. 3. Deliver the lifeline. Let me make it simple, what you really need is control, not savings. And here's how we give you both. Now they're grateful for your guidance, they associate you with clarity, and once someone lets you guide their thinking once, you can guide it again and again. Think of it like fog, you drop it. Then offer a flashlight, they follow the light. Your light, this isn't about lying. It's about leading. Use complexity to open the door, then walk them through it with certainty. Chapter 6, The Art of the False Choice. Here's a Jedi truth, people will fight you if they feel trapped, but follow you if they feel free, so you give them a choice. But here's the trick, every option leads where you want it to. This is the false choice, and it's one of the most powerful persuasion tools on the planet. Do you want to start the contract this Friday or Monday? Would you prefer a lean rollout or full execution from day one? Should I loop in legal now or after we set the numbers? Notice the pattern, there's no do you want to move forward or not. You've already embedded the outcome, now they just pick the flavor. This does two things. 1. Preserves their ego. They feel in control. 2. Accelerates decisions. You eliminated indecision by structuring the outcome. Bonus move, let them win a fake option. Give one real option, one unattractive one, and one decoy. When they choose the real one, they feel like they dodged a bullet. Meanwhile, you're getting exactly what you planned for. Jedi Masters never say, this is the only way. They say, you've got a few smart options. Then make all of them serve your mission, don't push. Don't beg, just guide the illusion of freedom, and walk them right into the decision they think they made. Chapter 7, Mirroring, Labeling, Looping, Tactical Empathy in Action. Influence doesn't start with force. It starts with validation. A Jedi doesn't tell people what to do, they show people they've been heard. Then they redirect, that's tactical empathy, not emotional sympathy. But calculated reflection, you use it to lower defenses, gain trust, create space to lead. Here's your Jedi toolkit, repeat button mirroring, repeat the last 1 to 3 words they say, calmly, it makes them feel understood, and keeps them talking. Them, we're not sure this is the right time. You, the right time. Them, yeah, we've got budget stress, too many projects. You, let them talk themselves into the truth. Bookmark labeling, name their emotion. Don't solve it. Just name it, it seems like you're under pressure. It sounds like you're looking for a safer bet. It feels like there's hesitation around change. This makes people feel seen, and that disarms resistance. Repeat single button looping, keep circling back. When you label, then get a reaction, mirror that reaction, and label again. You're building invisible momentum toward your frame. These aren't tricks. They're access codes to the human operating system. When someone feels heard, they stop defending. When they stop defending, they start following. Use this Jedi pattern. Then once they relax into your frame, guide them toward your outcome. Chapter 8, Ego Judo. Let them win while you take everything. Most people want to feel smart, powerful, and right. Let them, because when their ego is satisfied, their logic shuts off. This is Jedi Judo. You don't push against resistance. You redirect it, using their own force. Here's how it works. 1. Complement the identity, not the behavior. Oh bad, that was a smart question. Oh Jedi, you strike me as someone who sees through surface answers. Now they want to prove you right. 2. Plant praise, then deliver your idea. Oh, you're clearly someone who thinks long-term. That's why this approach is perfect. It's no longer your idea. It's theirs, because it matches their identity. 3. When challenged, use verbal aikido. Oh, I completely understand why you'd say that. It's what most experienced operators would think at first. Until they see this detail. Now you're validating their intelligence while upgrading their thinking. The Jedi never make you feel stupid, they make you feel like you're discovering truth on your own. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room, just the one who lets them feel like they are, while you steer the ship. Let them win. Let them feel superior, just make sure you're walking away with exactly what you came for. Chapter 9, The Silence That Sells. If words are weapons, silence is a bomb. Jedi understand this better than anyone. They speak with precision. Then they stop, and let the room react. Most people panic in silence. They rush to fill the gap. They apologize, justify, explain away their position. Not you. Not anymore. Silence is power. Silence forces truth. Silence creates pressure that breaks resistance. Master the Jedi pause. After a powerful statement, this offer will never exist again at this price. Pause. Let it hit. After an objection, let them hear their own doubt. Say nothing. They'll start to backpedal. After your ask, so what's stopping you from moving forward right now? Silence. It will feel uncomfortable. Good. That means it's working. Let them squirm. Let them search for the words. You're not here to comfort them, you're here to lead. The person who's most comfortable with silence wins, because silence isn't empty, it's pressure, and in negotiation, pressure reveals the truth. Brain Chapter 10, Seeding the Outcome, Influence Before the Ask. The best Jedi don't convince people when the decision is on the table, they preload the decision before the question even comes up. That's outcome seeding, subtly planting language, visuals, or questions that shape the final answer before the ask is made. This is how top closers create inevitable yes. The Jedi Method. 1. Use identity statements early. You seem like someone who values being ahead of the curve. Later, you'll offer them a cutting-edge solution. They're already primed to say yes. 2. Plant outcomes as examples. A lot of our clients end up locking this in for 12 months because they like stability. You're not pushing it. Just making it normal. Desirable. 3. Casual future pacing. When we roll this out next month. You're speaking like it's already done. The brain starts preparing for it as if it's real. This creates a mental bias toward action. Your action, by the time you officially ask, they've already internalized the outcome as theirs. You're not selling, you're guiding them home. The best Jedi never demand a result. They let it appear, naturally. Like it was always meant to happen. Chapter 11, Yes, but not yet. Delay to dominate. Most people try to close too soon, they smell a maybe, and they lunge in desperation. But Jedi, they know timing is everything. In fact, delay, when used correctly, is one of the most powerful forms of control. Why? Because the person who controls the tempo controls the decision-making environment. Jedi never rush. They slow down the moment, stretch the space between responses, and make people lean in. They use silence and slow pacing not just for effect, but to make you chase resolution. Jedi delay tactics, the calm pushback, I don't want to rush this. Let's wait until all the pieces are aligned before we pull the trigger. You've now made them more eager to move, the strategic stall, let's circle back next week, I want to make sure this is structured the right way. Now you've given them time to stew, crave, and miss your certainty, the unavailable close, I'll be in full execution mode after the 15th, so if we're moving, it'll need to be before that. You've turned your time into scarcity-based leverage, most people fear a pause. Jedi weaponize it, they know that when you delay the ask, you build value, you build desire. You create anticipation, and when it's finally time to close, you don't have to sell. They ask, Brain Chapter 12, the Trojan compliment, hidden commands and praise, flattery is weak, but precision praise, that's a Jedi command wrapped in silk, you're not complimenting people to be nice, you're doing it to anchor their identity to your desired behavior, because the second someone sees themselves a certain way, they'll do anything to stay congruent with that identity. Praise is a mirror. Jedi hold it up to show people who they could be, then make them chase that version of themselves. How to deliver Jedi-level praise. 1. Make it about identity. Not action. Oh weak, that was a good point. Oh Jedi, you've got a sharp instinct for seeing angles most people miss. They now want to keep proving that instinct. 2. Use compliments to install commands. Oh, you're the kind of decision maker that doesn't hesitate when the numbers make sense. Watch how fast they move once the numbers make sense. 3. Compliment, then present. Oh, you've got real strategic patience, I think this approach will really resonate with how you operate. You've now pre-approved the strategy through their own ego, this works because people want to protect their self-image. So when you wrap a decision or action in a compliment, they'll take the action just to stay consistent with the identity you offered them. The Jedi don't tell people what to do, they show people who they are, and let the ego do the rest. Chapter 13, assume the close, then make them own it. Confidence closes deals faster than logic ever could. Jedi never ask for the close, they assume it's already done, and structure their language, tone, and energy like it's a foregone conclusion. This works because people tend to follow the strongest signal in the room, and certainty, it's the loudest signal there is, even when spoken softly. Don't give them a decision to make, give them a reality to accept. Jedi close examples. When we launch this, once you're on board, here's how we'll roll it out. After we finalize your plan this week. You're not asking. You're narrating the future, then, you let them defend it, ask a question that makes them restate your decision as their own. What made this the right fit for you? What part locked it in for you? What would you change, if anything? Now they're explaining why they're saying yes, they're taking ownership of the close, and when people own something psychologically, they protect it, they follow through, they defend the outcome, even if it was your idea all along. Brain Chapter 14, Scarcity and Status, the two gods of influence. There are two primal drivers baked into the human mind, fear of missing out and desire to rise above. Scarcity, status, when you trigger both, people move fast, and irrationally. This is Jedi-level influence because it skips logic and speaks directly to primal hierarchy wiring. Firecracker scarcity, I can't get this later. Limit time, we've got 48 hours before this window closes. Limit access, I only work with 5 partners at a time. Limit availability, I turned down 3 others to make this slot available. Status, this makes me look powerful / smart / elite. Status, this makes me look powerful / smart / elite. Social proof, top founders in your space are already moving on this. Identity trigger, you strike me as someone who doesn't wait around for opportunity. Insider framing, you're the kind of person this was actually designed for. You don't push the offer, you make it feel like it might be taken away. Or like it's only for a select few. Jedi don't scream about value, they whisper about access, they signal that you're lucky to be invited. Scarcity and status make people move with urgency, pride, and blind emotion, because in the end, people don't chase value, they chase what they can't have and what they want to be seen having. Chapter 15, Negotiation is Theater. Every negotiation is a performance. If you're walking into a deal thinking it's just facts, logic, numbers, you've already lost. Jedi know, it's not just what you say. It's how it looks. How it feels. How it lands. Perception beats precision, theatrics beat truth, and presentation creates power. This is where average talkers lose to masters of framing, pacing, and presence. Think like a director, not a debater. Stagecraft matters. Where you sit, how you look, what materials you show, all send subconscious cues. Tone and tempo dictate tension. Build it. Stretch it. Release it on your command. Use emotion as your weapon. Pause at the right line. Drop your voice on the final word. Look them dead in the eye. You're not there to just communicate, you're there to transfer belief, paint outcomes. Use metaphors. Tell vivid micro-stories, make them see it. Make them feel it, because once they visualize success with you, logic takes a back seat, and if they feel like they're watching something real, raw, rare, they'll buy into the moment. And the deal, negotiation isn't a spreadsheet, it's a stage. Act like you belong there. Chapter 16, Rejection is a Lie. Reframe the no. No doesn't mean it's over. In Jedi terms, it means you hit a wall, but the wall has a door. Rejection is rarely final, it's a signal. A test. A filter. The average person hears no and backs off. The Jedi hears no and leans in. With calm curiosity, reframe every no into one of these truths. No means not yet, maybe they don't feel safe. Build more trust. No means wrong frame, maybe you led with logic instead of emotion. Reposition. No means you're too available, pull back. Make yourself rare. Make them chase. Jedi don't beg. They re-anchor. Here's how. Loop back to their needs. Totally fair. Just out of curiosity, what would have made this a yes for you? Now they're telling you how to close them. Introduce risk of inaction. You know your team best, but I've seen others delay this and regret it when X happened. Give space, but leave the door open. No stress at all. If anything shifts, shoot me a message. The door's open if the timing changes. You exit with grace, not desperation. In every no, there's a hidden yes. For those patient and sharp enough to find it, the Jedi doesn't fear rejection, they mine it for leverage. Chapter 17, Emotional Triggers that Bypass Logic. People love to pretend they're rational, but decisions are made in the gut. In the heart, in the primal brain, long before logic gets a vote. The Jedi knows this. They don't argue, they don't convince, they trigger deep emotional drivers that override objections and light up action. When you hit the right emotional nerve, logic shuts off and loyalty turns on. The 5 primal triggers. 1. Fear. Oh, not generic fear, specific, personalized fear. What would it cost you if this gets delayed 3 more months? 2. Desire for status. Oh, show how saying yes puts them above the pack. Most people don't get access to this level, you clearly operate different. 3. Belonging/tribe. Oh, position your offer as the norm among winners. Top performers in your space are already shifting to this. 4. Urgency/loss aversion. Oh, people will do more to avoid a loss than to gain a win. Missing this window will set you back 6 months minimum. 5. Vision of future self. Oh, show them who they become if they act. This is the moment that separates the reactive from the elite. You're not selling a product. You're selling relief from fear, access to status, and a better version of themselves. Jedi persuasion isn't about pressure, it's about precision targeting of the emotional core. Brain. Chapter 18, Reverse Psychology Reloaded. The Art of Anti-Selling. Want someone to chase you, pull back. The Jedi don't beg. They don't pitch like they need the win, they create tension by making people wonder, why don't they care if I buy this? That's the power of anti-selling, pulling away just enough to make your target lean forward. Jedi anti-selling tactics. 1. Limit access, not just supply. Honestly, this might not be a fit. I'm selective with who I partner with. Now they want to prove they're worthy. 2. Disqualify lightly. this usually isn't something people move on until they're ready to stop playing safe. They'll take that as a challenge. 3. Detach from the outcome, whatever direction you go, just make sure it gets you the leverage you want. You've elevated yourself above the sale. Why it works? Because reverse psychology is rooted in ego and scarcity. When someone feels like you don't need them, they subconsciously assign you value, and when you back away, it creates a power vacuum, which they instinctively move to fill. Jedi influence is subtle. It's calm. It's magnetic. Chapter 19, Power Posture, Influence Without Speaking. Stopped here. Before you say a word, you've already been judged. The Jedi don't wait to say something powerful, they walk in as power. Your posture, your eye contact, your stillness, your presence, it all speaks. Loudly, people scan you for signs of certainty before they hear you out, and if your body doesn't match your message, they don't believe you. This isn't about faking dominance, it's about transmitting grounded control. Jedi power moves, non-verbal, stillness equals strength. Don't fidget. Don't flinch. Stillness makes others anxious in your presence, shoulders back, slow breathing. This signals calm. Controlled aggression, not desperation, eye contact with breaks. Lock in, then look away slowly. This shows intentional attention, not needy staring. Own your space. Lean back slightly. Take up width, not height. Confidence lives in calm expansion. Want instant presence, enter a room like you've already closed the deal, speak like you know the truth and they're about to realize it, move like you're choosing to be there, not trying to be allowed. People obey presence, master that before you open your mouth, and most of the work is already done. Brain Chapter 20, make them think it was their idea. This is the final level. The end game. The real Jedi move, the greatest persuasion tactic in the world is simple. Don't take credit, make them believe it came from them. When someone thinks they made the decision, they don't resist it. They defend it. This is how kings, closers, and cult leaders operate. They plant seeds, guide thoughts, frame options, suggest subtly, but at the end, they step back, they disappear from the outcome. They are Jedi tactics to disappear. Ask questions that lead to your result. What would make this a no-brainer for you? Echo their own language back to them. Exactly, just like you said, this gives you the speed and control. Let them decide what you already planted. You're right, this does feel like the obvious move forward. This is stealth leadership. They walk away thinking they came up with it, that it was their idea. Their decision. Their move, and they'll follow through harder than they ever would on your command, because now they feel ownership. This isn't manipulation, this is power without noise, the ability to lead without appearing to. The deal was yours all along, they just think it was theirs. Perfect. End arrow conclusion. The real force was never magic, it was mastery. You don't need a lightsaber, you don't need superpowers, you just need to understand the game, and play it better than everyone else. This book wasn't about ethics. It was about effectiveness, because in the real world, it's not the nicest or smartest who win, it's the ones who control the frame, speak with certainty, use silence as a sword, seed the outcome, and walk away like it was never even a battle. The Jedi mind trick isn't fiction, it's pattern. Psychology. Intent. Precision. You now have every tool, how you use it is up to you. But remember this, the greatest power in the world, is the power to move others without ever being seen doing it. Now go out there, and make them think it was their idea.